we want to help change their lives by moving them from, that low self-esteem. They're not very resilient, don't believe in themselves, don't really enjoy pushing through the hard tasks, to the complete opposite of that. So building resilience, helping, really love that idea that I can try hard and I can get results and I can get rewarded for trying my best, even if my best sometimes doesn't come out on top. The idea that I tried really hard is the good thing. And so a lot of times we look back and we think, well, we've been doing this wrong for so long. Maybe we've been harming instead of helping. So one of the things you notice is called a fixed and a growth mindset. You may have heard it before. And there's lots of really simple little tasks we can do. So I'm going to over maybe one or two today here with you. If you want to see more, I'm going to be going live in my group later. So I have a private group. I'm going to be in there. So head on over that one if you're a member. If not, hook me up and we can get you in. But I have a private group where I go more in depth on these things. I'm starting to go more in depth on these things. Did a really like a 45-minute call last week on stage of development. And this week we're going to throw in some fixed and growth mindset ideas of, how we can help our children at home to, it's when how we identify low self-esteem when they don't take the harder challenges. This is how we identify, especially in our school. And if you could identify this at home and then think, okay, they're falling into that trap, let's help them by using these simple techniques to move them out of a fixed mindset into a growth set where they start to believe in themselves. They start to, love the idea of challenges instead of, having the idea that I'm going to run away from every challenge because it's too hard for me, or, like they're low self-esteem, but, they step up to the challenge. Right, let's dig in, roll our sleeves up, and let's try our best to get this done. Even if my best isn't good enough, I understand that I tried my best, which is the reward. So building those things are just, isn't that what we want for everyone? If we could just do that instead of just coming in and learning maybe some martial arts punches and kicks, I would prefer to the child walk away without learning, hey, I learned to punch the pad today. I prefer them to go away to saying, you know what? Yeah, I really worked on my self-esteem and I feel, so much more confident in myself. And I feel even if I try hard, I try my best and I can't succeed, I know that I can, try again next time and push harder. And my reward is that I did try really hard. I'd prefer that type of mindset. So one of the things that really stands out for me when we're talking about the fixed and growth mindset is how we interact with, especially children, when, we're coaching and teaching them, parenting them. And it's when they're trying something, when they're trying to do something. For example, let's say they're trying to punch a pad. Okay, so they're going to punch a pad. And so what we normally do is we turn around and say, oh, that was an amazing punch, well done. If we even do that, if we're even at that level. Some people are not. Some people let them punch the pad, walk off. So, hey, that was an amazing punch, well done. Instead of turning around, what we do is we praise what they've already got. So they can already punch the pad really hard. So why is there a need for them to try any harder or push themselves any further? So instead of praising what they're already doing, when you're working with fixed and growth mindsets, what you can do is you can praise the effort they're using to get that result. So for example, wow, I can see that hook. You're really turning your wrist. You're really getting your hip into it. That must have taken a lot of effort to do. Well done on all that practice you've been putting in to get that. Over, well done. That's a great punch. So now what we're doing is starting to praise effort, starting to praise the amount of energy and time they put into getting it. And so they start seeing that as the reward. So now I start feeling great about trying to, try extra hard, put that extra time in, put that extra effort in, work on my dexterity in order to get those punches right, because I'm being praised and rewarded for, the effort rather than just the end result, because I may be naturally good at this. So if you praise your natural ability, praise everyone's natural ability, so they've already got it. So why do they need to try harder? But if we praise the effort and time that they put into it, that's a great way to start moving the kids from a fixed mindset, I can't do it, to a growth mindset, I'd love to try. And that's a really simple way that really stood out for me. I mean, studying this, and that really stood out for me to do it in that direction. So that was a really number one tip. If you want more of those, don't forget, head over to my group and check me out. I'm going to be going live a little bit later to talk about those. We're going to go over a few more. So hopefully that was helpful. How can we move our kids from, giving them resilience? How can we give them that how can we get them out of being low self-esteem into starting to believe in themselves? Well, it's all to do with a fixed and growth mindset. And that's number one thing. One of the things we train a lot here at Skills is identifying this in our members, and what we can do. Everyone's a little bit different, so what can we do to help this person? But we're running a group called the Parent Hub, where we can, like I said, I'm talking here live, but I go in there and I'll go more in depth on the subjects that I talk about. And here you can directly ask questions. So if you'd like to be a member of that, with all the other parents are already in there, and they've built this really great community where they help each other. And obviously we go live with calls, and we've got courses in there as well for you to follow. Then you can simply message me right now, and I can give you the details to get you in there. Thank you for watching on a Friday morning, even though it's wet and horrible. Guys, especially like to thank you, and I'll see you next week. Take care. Goodbye.